episode or recording for ASMR Sleep Station. My schedule is still solidifying, but I'll have a lot more time during normal hours to record. So, and I haven't figured out exactly how long these things should be, but I think people prefer slightly longer episodes, and that makes sense if you're trying to fall asleep. So, the last one was really short, and that was just a little bit of reading. So this time, if it doesn't get too crazy with sound, I'm gonna go for at least half hour, 40 minutes, if not longer, and that should probably help most people get tired. Multitasking right now, trying to take care of a bunch of things. So since I've neglected to respond to feedback for a while, thank you to everybody who wrote in, and if I haven't responded to you, I'll respond to you very, very shortly. I apologize, but this isn't my main priority in life, so sometimes I have to shuffle things around. And as I've said before, I get a little lazy, and I definitely haven't made this a habit yet, which is funny because I was just reading a book about habits and how to change habits and implement better habits. This definitely isn't a habit, although it is very rewarding in a lot of ways. It's just not something that works with my schedule, but my schedule is about to get better, I think. Hold on. Okay. I paused that. Hopefully that doesn't sound too weird. I'm just gonna try to pause it whenever there's too much background noise. Okay, had to pause it again. I'm back. I don't even know if you can tell, but if there's some clicking or some whatever, ignore that. And like I said, I'm not gonna care too much about sound or background noises anymore, so this might be one of the noisier recordings. If it gets too bad, let me know. If not, then I will continue not to get OCD about it. Okay, so it looks like we have 40 reviews now, which is amazing. Thank you to everybody. I don't remember. Let's see. The last one that I read was probably April. No, I don't know. Red Rocco, March 21st. That person gave me a 4-star review. Said I'd like your podcast, but I think it'd be a lot better if you had a better microphone. Speaking of which, and this also is in regards to somebody's email. at some point I'm gonna do that. I'll set up something and maybe I'll have some kind of account people could donate to, and after a while, maybe there'll be enough money for a new microphone. Although microphones are really expensive. And, well, first things first, I think I should probably get donations to pay for hosting, which I think is like $10 or $15 a month. Once that's taken care of, then I can get better equipment and let's see here. And yeah, I looked at a couple microphones, and I initially thought something that records at a high bit rate and has a big frequency range would be better, but now I'm not so sure. A lot of people don't seem to mind. I've lowered the bit rate. I think I was at something high like 192, and then I went to 160, and I think the last few have been at 128. So eventually I might replace and get a better quality mic, but it might not matter. I don't know. I just don't have enough experience to tell. But anyways, this person seemed to think so. So, thanks for that review. I might have read this already too. It's been a while, so I forgot. April 23rd, hello wife. Left a 5-star review, said I didn't think I would listen to a male ASMR voice, but I was mistaken. I sleep like a baby now. Thank you. You're very welcome. And hopefully nobody minds me reading these. I think it might, maybe it embarrasses some people. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't bother you. I'm gonna read them anyways. But, you know, you, the listener, really decide how this changes. So, if listener feedback and reviews and other things like talking about anxiety or obsessing about background noises bother you, then I can stop. And I think for the most part, I have stopped a lot of those things. So, let me know if a bunch of people write in and say to stop doing something, then I'll stop. Okay, next review, another 5-star review, very relaxing, from some name that I can't, maybe the name isn't meant to be pronounced ASDF, or ASDJF, KGLWUIYO 174833637. That was challenging. Although there isn't any scratching or tapping, I still enjoy this podcast and find his voice very relaxing. Thank you. Yeah, I may do that occasionally. I guess that counts as a request. If more people request that, I could do it. And I might leave it at the end of a recording. That way, the people that don't like it don't have to listen to it, or maybe they will already be tuned out. And I could do some tapping high-pitched and trebly, so that's something that's gonna take some time, but I'm still open to do things like that. Scratching, I just I don't know how to record that at all, and I wouldn't know what to scratch either. Maybe paper or something. We'll see. May 1st, Ellie.A.Nor. Eleanor. Left a 5-star review. I usually listen to this podcast while doing others, and while sometimes I can simply use it background noise more often than not, I end up listening to what's actually happening in it. I have to say it's quite relaxing, but also every time I listen to it, I want to feel compelled to stop procrastinating on whatever it is I'm putting off at the time. No complaints from me, and thank you very much. You're welcome, and thank you for leaving a rating or review or whatever, a review. Yeah, that's a very generous rating too. Yeah, maybe it's not boring enough. I'll have to see if I can read something really boring this time. I think I might go back to reading some physics articles or something. That seems to work for a lot of people. So thank you very much. So 4 more of these. I guess I got really behind, or I forgot the ones that I read. It's hard to tell. Spidey Knight gave a 5-star rating and said, I stumbled upon this sort of by accident and have made this part of my nightly routine. It reminds me of late nights spent with friends, whispering until we fall asleep. It's quite comforting. I will say that I much prefer the casual chatting or rambling to the reading from books, because the rhythm of your voice is more natural and conversational, and I find it easier to fall asleep too. Keep it up. I'm happy to have found you. And then there's a smiley face. Thank you. I appreciate that. That is actually kind of what I'm going for. Just a conversation. That would be the tone, but it's a little difficult to have a conversation with yourself sometimes, or at least one that doesn't sound contrived and weird. So, but when I'm on the right topic, I start ranting. Speaking of which, I'm probably gonna end up ranting about scotch, and I have to go get some more scotch, so I'll be right back. I think everybody should, if you want to drink, you can drink, but I'm not trying to promote drinking. I just like scotch a lot, for the moment. Okay, I'll be right back. This week was a really good week for procuring new Scotch whiskeys that I've never had before. So, I randomly went to a liquor store that I'd never been to, and it was kind of a high-end liquor store. They had a lot of scotch, and they had something that I've been looking for glass, and that's Japanese whiskey, which is, it's not rare, and you can get it at lots of nicer liquor stores, but the ones around me didn't carry it, so it was the first time I saw some, and I got some, I think this is a 12-year Nika whiskey, and I'm not sure if it was, no, I don't remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a single malt. Anyways, that one was really, really good. I think it's the most expensive bottle of whiskey of any alcohol I've ever purchased, so I'm drinking it very slowly. I'll probably save it for special occasions or something. And pardon my texting there. And then on top of that, I tried, let's see, it's Matcher Bay is the name of the scotch, and it's from Kilchoman, and it looks like Kilchoman. If you're not Scottish, that's how it looks. And that's from a really cool distillery that only started making scotch a short while ago. They already have some pretty good stuff out there. I've heard a lot of good things, and that's what I just poured a glass of. I think it's their cheapest expression. Yeah, I want to say it. They're like maybe between 5 and 10 years old, something like that. So, so everything they make is, it's kind of different. It's very, very fun to try something that tastes unique. It says that on the bottle. Maybe that influenced my opinion, but it really is unique. At least for me. I probably haven't even tried like 5% of all the scotch that's out there, like currently, that you can normally get, excluding rare and super expensive and auctions and things like that, like the scotch that you could just normally buy. So this one is really good. So I just got those two, and I'm super happy with those. Lately, it's been a nice thing to drink, just to unwind a little bit, and almost like a hobby in a way, just to taste different flavors. Definitely not good to get drunk off of, and I think almost always whiskey or any hard alcohol doesn't really have a good effect on my brain or my stomach, so it's just been something nice to have a glass, or a nightcap, as some people call it. Okay, so enough. Let's see. So thank you, Spidey Knight, Epic Face 4D, left a 5-star review. Great stuff. I always love when you post a new episode. It helps me sleep. Thanks for the great listening material. Keep doing what you're doing. Alright, well, that's good feedback. I'm glad you're getting good sleep. That's the point of all this. Thank you for leaving a comment. Also, at the same day, May 26th, K Moss 13 also left a 5-star review. I never made it through an entire one without falling asleep. I love the rambling because it's just perfect. Keep up the good work and please make more. Thank you, and I hope to. If my schedule ends up changing for the better, then I definitely will be making more and more frequently. Although I am not going to deny that I've said that several times and not followed through, but like I said, there's an imminent schedule change, so I'll have more time. I just need to find the right kind of place to record, because where I'm at right now, I have to stop a lot. There's, well, you'll never hear it, but there's some really, really loud background noises, kind of a lot. And the last one is from June 4th, Amrosa88 left a review entitled Simple and Sweet, another 5-star review, and it says, straightforward format is relaxing and intimate, feels very genuine and safe, just when I need to fall asleep. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad it's safe. I haven't really thought about that. I suppose you have to feel a little safe to fall asleep. It's definitely genuine. There's no tricks up my sleeve, and I'm not trying to, I don't know, fool anyone. And now that I'm at the bottom of this page, I'm wondering if I should, list this in a different place. I have it listed under alternative health. I wonder if I could list it in multiple places. And there's a few, I guess, directories for podcasts, probably more springing up all the time, so maybe I'll start to circulate this a little bit more. Alright, so that's it for reviews, ratings. There's 40 ratings. I don't know how many reviews. 27 reviews, 40 ratings. And most of them are 5-star, which I'm very happy about. So thank you again to everybody. And anybody who subscribed and left reviews and all that really helps things going. And let's see, I'm not sure what I got my mouse out today, so there's clicking. Hopefully it's not too distracting. I remember the typing before was really loud, but I have the mic. Well, maybe I should adjust it a little bit. The mic was pointing towards me. Alright, now the mic's really pointed in the right direction. Yeah, so it looks like there's at least I don't know, like 100 something people downloading this, or that are subscribed show pop up when somebody's searching around for ASMR related material. Yeah, there's people that make music albums with ASMR material on it. That's kind of odd. There's so much free stuff out there. Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a lot of downloadable material. And there's a book too. An Idiot's Guide to ASMR. That's weird. I didn't even know you could have a guide to it. Well, I don't know. That's enough talking about that. It's not like anybody's paying me to talk about their books, so whatever. Actually, I don't care either way. Okay, so that's it for reviews. And it looks like yeah, so every single day there's like maybe I don't know, between 1 and 30 downloads. Or no, some days there's a couple hundred downloads. Other days are slower. And there was a really weird spike of downloads in May. I have no idea what that was. Very strange. So yeah, if you know other people that are insomniacs or enjoy ASMR recordings, then please spread the word. Only if you want to. I don't care. I should read this Kilhoman webpage. Wait, let me have a drink first. I'm probably saying it wrong, but the Masher Bay. That's the one I have now. I'll read the description of these. That might be relaxing to some people. The Masher Bay range is our core expression, first launched in 2012 when it won the prestigious IWSC 2012 Gold Award. Best in class. Masher Bay is a picturesque sandy beach overlooked by the Kilhoman Church, just half a mile from the distillery. Unlike most Kilhoman releases, Masher Bay is matured in both bourbon barrels and sherry casks, affording it a beautiful balance of rich tropical fruit, peat smoke, light vanilla, and intense sweetness. Different editions of Masher Bay have been released in 2012, 2013. Different editions of Masher Bay have been released in 2012, 2013, and 2014. I think the one I have is from 2013. Wait, I have to sidetrack again and catch up with my game. They keep getting locked into these really mindless, casual games. I think I've talked about that before. I always play something since I was young. And that has to be some kind of addiction or something. Let's see here. Okay, all cut up. Kind of makes me feel like what do you call that? Like a drone almost. A lot of those games are just pressing buttons. You're just pressing stuff on the screen like a moron. But it's fun. Alright, the next one. The next one is 100% Isla. All parts of the production process for the 100% Isla have taken place at the distillery. From barley to bottle, the barley is grown, malted, distilled, matured, and bottled at Killoman, making for a unique character. Bottled at 50% ABV and peated to a lower level to that of other releases. 100% Isla has a lighter, fresher feel to it. Citrus and lemon notes come through with soft peat smoke and a long, smooth finish. First launched in 2010, a new edition of 100% Isla has been released every year since. So, if that started in 2010, then they must have started in at least 2007. So, yeah, maybe they're way closer to 10 years. And definitely probably older than that. Loch Gorm, named after a famously peaty loch overlooked by the distillery. Loch Gorm is the only fully ex-sherry cask matured release in our range. Since its first launch in 2012, a new edition of Loch Gorm has been released every year, each with its unique balance of sherry influence and maturity. Bottlings are differentiated by distillation and bottling years printed on the label. Oh yeah, Father's Day is coming up. I'm recording this on a Wednesday, so I forget when Father's Day is. Sunday, Saturday. It'll probably pop up when you go to Google. Okay. Bottlings are differentiated by distillation and bottling years. interesting. I wonder if you have to be in Scotland to get it. Killoman has a really cool logo. It looks like almost like a family crest or something. I'm not sure what it is. I'm gonna, just out of curiosity, search for that log core. How much does that cost? There's a website called Wine Searcher. It looks like it costs from $76 to $123. I don't know what kind of. Well, it looks like they sell it in the United States, UK, Rome, Australia. Wow, so maybe they don't make it anymore. Or it's just in between bottling right now. Alright, vintages. The vintage releases are created from specially selected fresh and refill bourbon casks. The bourbon casks selected for the vintage release are some of the oldest we have maturing. The 2006 vintage was the first to be launched as a 5-year-old. Since then, we have released a 2007 vintage, 6 years old. A 7-year-old 2008 vintage will be released in autumn 2015, being matured exclusively in bourbon barrels gives these releases powerful peat smoked fruit on the nose and mouth-filling butterscotch and clove sweetness on the palate. That sounds good too. This place is not, I don't know, they're not, I guess, trying to be a really dazzling, distracting, slick-looking, well-marketed product. It really seems like they're simple and honest. And though these descriptions are pretty good and colorful, they're everything they do is kind of simple. Like they use the same exact bottle for everything, it looks like, but the seal on it is a little bit different. Yeah, so I really like this distillery. If I see more of their stuff, I'll probably get some. The other ones, I'm getting tired of reading this, but they also have a single cask, a port cask matured, original cask strength, and Madeira cask matured that also comes out in 2015. So looks like they're gonna keep putting out all kinds of good scotch. Not that I'm that picky, unless it's really cheap blended scotch. I don't think I've ever liked that. When it has that weird, almost like chemical ethanol smell or taste to it. That's when I draw the line. But this one was pretty good. Wow. So I probably ranted about scotch for like a good 15-20 minutes. especially scientists, don't really like that a lot, and they have these very abbreviated, incomplete lectures. I think most of them are very short, and I don't know, maybe the content is whatever. Any presentation is going to have its own biases and weaknesses, but um, I like them. If you're opposed to them, then forgive me. But if you want to see a good one, there's one called "Do We See Reality as It Is?" and that's by a cognitive scientist named Donald Hoffman, and he talks a little bit about perception, reality, some related philosophies, and some psychological aspects of that, and then it gets into some really interesting areas of basically our species letting go of our total attachment to perception as reality. And I think that kind of thinking will help us really understand the universe we live in. I think eventually that kind of thinking will take over, and maybe will spawn new crossover areas in science and physics, metaphysics, and understanding the nature of what we're perceiving. Because as time goes on, there is, I don't know if there's more evidence, but there's definitely more research put into alternate views of reality, like holographic universe theory, and I can't think of the other ones. There was an article I read last year that was talking about a singular electron might be responsible for all electrons in the universe. Something pretty crazy, and the implications of that on our physics would be huge. And of course, there's always multiverse theory and all the crazy, super multi-dimensional string theory related things out there. So anyways, that was just kind of on my feed, I suppose, and I like that. So if you're awake, then I recommend checking that out. Hold on, another pause. I'm going to try not to talk about anxiety and things like that, because it freaks people out, I think, and it's not very relaxing. But I will say, I do have, and this is my recording, I suppose, and I can do what I want. I don't want it to be like that. That's not the dynamic I want with listeners, but I have to say, I am a little bit stressed out. Tomorrow, I have to do something that does involve some public speaking and a short burst of stress and performance, and so I'm doing this to try to relax, and I think it's working. I won't focus on that or say those words too many times because I don't want people to react to it, but is that if you, I guess, think about other people, focus your energy on something else, not totally distracting, but something that helps you burn some mental fuel and zooms your focus out a little bit. I think that really helps a lot. I was talking to an old friend. I think it was around New Year's, and I don't remember what their problem was, but they were going through some issues, and kind of talking it over with them, I realized there's a lot of problems we have that I think could be easily solved by looking at yourself in your life and what really matters in it objectively, instead of being in your head. You kind of take a step back, and then you can keep repeating that. And I don't know if it works for everybody, but you can, at least to some degree, I'm pretty confident everybody can feel a little bit differently. And once you get out of your current frame of reference, a lot of your stress and tension melts away, and you're looking at things from a larger scale. You see yourself as smaller. You see your actions, and most definitely your worries, as smaller and more insignificant. And if you just keep doing that, so maybe this is not exactly how I do it, but maybe you would say, like, I'm this person and I have this problem in my life, and then you could just zoom out a little bit and realize that you're just a person living on a street of other people, or wherever you live, or maybe you live in a rural area, and eventually you're at the city level and the state level or province, prefect, country, wherever you live, and you just keep zooming out until you're, I don't know, for me, I can imagine our planet in my head, and I feel a little bit ridiculous, but mostly I feel relief when I think about things on that scale. And if you think about the movement of the universe, the movement of time and events, you'll realize that things continue without you. So, in a roundabout way, what you're worried about happening, which is, usually most people worry about some weird worst case scenario that never happens. I think I can make a fair claim that almost all worrying is totally ridiculous, and it's about things that never happen. All that worrying is absurd in a way, and whether that thing even happens or not, either way, everything continues to move. Things go forward, and that's just it's not really I wouldn't call it a trick, but it's something I do to kind of get disengaged from my own life and thinking too much. I definitely overthink things. I've said that before. I'm a very analytical person, even when I don't want suppose, the awakening I've had over the past few years, and one thing I'm not forcefully trying to stop, but one thing I've been phasing out and learning to just accept things without analysis. And for most areas in your life, you don't really need to analyze or think. You just need to be thankful that they're there and accept them for what they are. And there's no further thought required. You don't need to keep attaching different types of thinking to it. It just is. Well, there's a rant. I didn't even get to read anything. Well, I did read that Scotch stuff, but I think it's already getting long enough, and I'll probably cut it off in a couple of minutes, because I can definitely get by with just ranting about whatever the heck I'm talking about. I don't know. I think I'm trying to help people. That's not what this is about, though. But if I can help some people sleep, maybe I can help other people be less stressed out. The last thing I want to do is make people more stressed out. So if that happens to some people, then let me know, and maybe I'll even avoid saying the word stress or mentioning other related negative things. I don't have any problems with that. I suppose if it affects a few people and there's only a handful of people giving feedback, then that's significant, and I can try avoiding that topic and just talking about whatever, maybe abstract, unrelated things, because I don't want to ruin it for people. And though this isn't any kind of popularity contest, I still want to make this useful to as many people as I possibly can. Well, no, never mind. It looks like whatever was going to happen is now going to happen in 2 days. So there's something to accept right there. I can't control how certain events unfold, and though I want to get something over and done with, it's not going to happen. I have to wait about 48 hours, and there's nothing I can do about that, which is fine. Oh, I almost forgot. The last time, if anybody was wondering, which I'm sure there wasn't many people that got that, but I was talking, I don't even remember why, but I was talking about, I think, a deepness in the sky. That's a Vernor Vinge book, or some people say Vernor Vinge, and I couldn't exactly remember who that was. Oh no, Deepness in the Sky was book 2. A Fire Upon the Deep is the first book. I have no idea why I was talking about that. Oh, because it's a Zones of Thought book, and I was talking about the zones of I guess the universe that these stories take place in have different zones where only certain types of technologies can advance, and I think it starts off with somebody in a space a science fiction fan, you might have already read it, but if you haven't, looks like, I don't know why it's not more popular, but it's definitely available through normal places where you can get books. And it's around in ebook form too. Although A Fire Upon the Deep you might find used at a used bookstore, and going to used bookstores is always fun. You should do that if you like books, or if you're like some people I know, you never read, and you definitely won't read sci-fi. However, if you're feeling like trying something new, and you're not a science fiction reader, well, it's got some kind of radical and technical things in it, and maybe it's not the most approachable book, but it's definitely fun. A Fire Upon the Deep definitely has the first book in a series appeal. You could tell it was a very well written, well thought out book, and I don't think it's too crazy or advanced in any of the technology or the I guess the concepts in it. Most of them are pretty simple, but overall it does have a lot of odd things in it if you're not used to science fiction. Still though, I would recommend it. And if you have an ebook reader, through most ebook stores you can check out a couple of chapters, so you should know by a couple of chapters if you like something. Most books, at least for myself, they either speak to you or they don't. You can tell pretty quickly. And maybe I'll go through some of my favorite books. That's definitely something I can rant about. And yeah, I could probably do that for a long time. Or maybe I'll focus on a book or something. Who knows? But definitely, this has been a lengthy recording, so I'm gonna finish up my scotch and quit while I'm ahead. So, to whoever left the comment that this was or that my last one was short, this one's probably one of the longer ones. I think it's over an hour. So, I'm signing